Alright, welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to go through the Yunus Primary School Primary 4 End of Year Exams Mathematics Practice Paper Set 1. This is actually the 2020 End of Year Exam paper from this school. Let's get started. Now if you're not from this school and you're using this as a practice, you may want to just pause the video at every question before and try it on your own before you play it out to listen and see the solution. In which of the following numbers does the digit 8 stand for? 800. So stand for means what's that? What's the value of 8? So you need to find, so the value of 8 here is actually 80. The value of 8 here is just 8. Now the value of 8 here will be of course 800, and that would be the answer. The value of 8 here, this 8 stands for 8,000. So the answer for this is 3. The next one, 7 is not a factor of any of this number. Let's check. What does factor means? For example, 15. The factor of 15 will be 1 times 15, 3 times 5. So 1, 3, 5, 15 are the factors of 15. And 7 is not among this. So the answer is 1. Now, if you've chosen other answer, let me just go through one to show you. 28, for example. What are the factors of 28? That will be 1 times 28, 2 times 14, 4 times 7. And you can see here, 7 is a factor of 28. So that's why 2 is on the answer. Similarly, for 49, you have a 7 times 7. Here you have a 7 times 9. So 7 is a factor of each of these numbers. Therefore, they are not the answers. Next one, how many quarters are there in 3 wholes? Now, 1 quarter means this is 1 quarter. Okay, now in 1 whole, let's say I have 1 whole. In 1 whole, when we talk about quarters, it means I can divide this into a certain number of equal parts. So I can divide this into 4 equal parts. In 2 wholes, I can divide into another 4 equal parts. In the 3rd whole, I can divide into another number of equal parts. So this is actually 1 quarter, 1 quarter, 1 quarter, 1 quarter. In 1 whole, there are 4 quarters. So in 3 wholes, there are 3 times 4 equals to 12 quarters. Another way to do this, you can see in terms of 12 over 4. You simplify, you get 3 wholes. Right, so 3 whole is the same as this. Or you can see in terms of this 1 whole plus 1 whole plus 1 whole. 4 quarters plus 4 quarters plus 4 quarters is 12 quarters. Answer is 3. Next. Which of the following fraction is not in the simplest form? Which means that it can still be simplified further. And that will be 6/8. You can simplify it further by dividing the numerator and the denominator by 2 and you get 3 quarter. All the rest of these fractions are already in the most simplest form. It cannot be simplified any further. Next one. In this number, which digit is in the tens place? Now, 2 is in the hundreds place. 3 is the answer. That's in the tens place. Now, those who make a mistake, you might have chosen 4. But 4 is actually in the tens place. It's different from tenth place. Right, so the answer for this would be 3. Next one. In the figure, which 2 lines are perpendicular? Now, there are 2 words that pupils tend to be confused. One is perpendicular, the other word will be parallel. Now, perpendicular lines means they meet at a right angle at 90 degrees. Whereas parallel lines will never meet. Alright, no matter how far you extend, they will just never meet. So you need to find a right angle. So how do we check for right angle? You can use a set square, or you can use a ruler, or in my case I use a piece of paper here. So this paper, this part is a right angle. I just put it. Oh yeah, I see between these 2 lines, AE and DE, they meet at a right angle. So the answer is number 2. Next, In the figure below, which angle is greater than a right angle? So again, I use my paper angle. This is my right angle. Greater means it must be larger. So actually, very clearly, U is larger. See, this angle is so much bigger than the right angle. So its answer is number 3. Next one, question 8. Now, the figure shows a square and a rectangle. The square has a side of 3 cm. Now, what are the characteristics of a square? You know, all the sides are equal. Of course, this picture could have been better drawn. It looks like a rectangle to me. If this is a square and all sides are equal, that tells me this side is also 3 cm and this part here is also 3 cm. A rectangle with a breadth of 4 cm. Now, what is this length? This length is the same as this length. A rectangle has this property whereby the length of the opposite sides are equal. So what is this length? It's actually 6 plus 3. See? 6 plus 3. So this side here is actually 6 plus 3. That is 9 cm. So we want to find the length of the rectangle. There, we have found it. It is 9 cm. Now this part here is also 3 cm. So 6 plus 3, 9 cm. Now, next question, question 9. Now, 5 letters are shown on a square grid. Now, which one has no lines of symmetry? Now, line of symmetry will be a line that cuts through a figure and divide it into 2 exactly equal parts. And these 2 equal parts are mirror images of each other. For example, if I were to draw an isosceles triangle, this is a line of symmetry. It will divide this part on the left and the right into 2 halves, and they're exactly the same. You see, this point is a certain distance away from this. This is similarly away from this. Or for example, a square has a line of symmetry here that cuts this into 2 equal halves. Or it can be, this is also another line of symmetry for a square. Alright? Now, a rhombus, however, will have no line of symmetry. If I try to, for example, cut it down this way, this is not a line of symmetry. This dot here has no equivalent dot on this side. Okay, so which of the lines here do not have lines of symmetry? F will not have line of symmetry. L also won't have line of symmetry. A has. This line in the center here will cut this into 2 equal parts. Similarly, this is a line of symmetry for M. This is a line of symmetry for the letter E. These two do not have lines of symmetry. Next one, number 10. What is the sum of the fifth multiple of 8? Fifth multiple of 8, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so this is the fifth multiple. Of course, you don't have to do it this way. You can just do 5 times 8. You will still get 40. This is the fifth multiple of 8. Third multiple of 9, simply use 3 times 9 is 27. Suppose to find the sum. Sum means you add them up. So what is 40 plus 27? I'll have 67 as my answer. Next one. Just a reminder for those who are watching this, if you are not doing corrections and watching for the first time, please pause the video to try the questions before playing the video. Alice had 8 bags of marbles. There were 10 red and 14 blue marbles in each bag. So if there's one bag, there are 10 red ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there are 14 blue ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Red and blue. Now there are 8 such bags. Okay, 8 such bags. Where we have 10 red and 14 blue. How many marbles are there all together? So let's find out how many are there in one bag. So in one bag there will be 10 plus 14. There are 24 marbles all together in one bag. Since there are 8 bags, I'll use 24 multiplied by 8. And I'll have 192 as the answer. And if you are my student and are doing correction, please make sure you show the correction if they're working. Let's go to the next question now. How many more triangles must be shaded? So 8/10 of the figure is shaded. You see some squares and some triangles. So very simply, I'll just make my own triangles by drawing these diagonal lines across. Okay, now I'll count how many triangles I have all together. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have 20 triangles altogether. How many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 that are shaded. Okay. Now, this is obviously not this. To get this, what must happen? Now, I'm supposed to have, if I were to change to equivalent fraction, so 8/10 is the same as 16/20. Okay, I just times 2 times 2, right? I get 16, I get 20. So this is clearly not 16. So how many must be shaded? How many more? So I must add something such that I'll get 16. What do I add? 16 minus 9, I have 7. I need to shade 7 more, then I will have 16. And when simplified, I'll get 8, 10. So answer is 4. Is 7. Question 13.